Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boy.
Ooh, wasn't that spooky? Yes, it was. It will be spooky when someone does an alert. How soon can we get spooked? I'm ready to get spooked. Someone spook me. I know someone's gonna. There we go.
My dude, how are you? How was your weekend? Good to see you for another stream. Hope you are having an awesome day.
And it's coming.
Friendly Ghost.
Friendly Ghost. Excellent. We're back. So it's Spook Month, therefore we have the two spookiest alerts. We have the screaming. In fact, I think we have a third one. I think if you donate actual cash money, it will. I mean, I don't want to say this and it be wrong. It might be wrong. So don't donate cash money just to hear the sound and then be disappointed. But I think it might be the really long and loud one that also comes from the Mummy trailer. But citation needed, and that citation comes at the cost of £3 something, and you will not get your money back if I'm wrong. Just putting it out there. But that might happen. There you go.
Friendly Ghost.
So we've got a few friendly ghosts coming up. Thank you to Adi Pramana, who friendly ghost just before I came over to this screen, so you guys couldn't see or hear the alert. But 37 months now. Boy, thank you very much for being subscribed for so long, Adi. It's great to have you all that time and to still have you now. 200 bits from Stephen Scodes. How was my weekend? God, it's Wednesday. It is Wednesday, my dudes. It feels weird to be asked about my weekend. I had a really nice weekend, though. I went away for a few days to a very nice, it was sort of it's like a B&B in Wales. In the Dales. Sorry, I was thinking so much about the word B&B that I only got the tail end of the word. In the Yorkshire Dales, you might think, Peter, why are you going visiting Yorkshire when you're from there? Like, why are you paying to stay somewhere? Yorkshire is the biggest county in England, in the whole of Britain, actually. And there's all kinds of parts of Yorkshire that I've not visited, so that's why I paid money to stay in the Dales, because I don't know the Dales that well. It was really nice. The reason I hesitated as to whether it was B&B is because it was a nice little, get your own little self-contained area. You know, it's like you're staying in your, in like a holiday let or like a cottage or something, in this little tiny little nice cute cozy thing. But then in the morning you head next door into the farmhouse and they make breakfast for you. So it was great. It was the best of both worlds. Had a really good time. Saw some owls and stuff. Saw some deer. Saw loads of things. Hares. Great time. So yeah, had a really nice weekend. A long one. Josh Sedgey subscribed via Prime for 15 months. Thank you very much, Josh, for being with us for well over a year now. Friendly Ghost. Much appreciated, Josh. 15 months. Wow, that's a long time. Stephen Scodes also with 3 gifted subs, taking him to 507 total. They've gone to M the Emu, Daryl128, and Painter Mini. Friendly Ghost. Guys, the hype train has left the station. Thank you, everybody. So the more you cheer and give bits and gift subs and subscribe yourself and give donations, the bigger all-time record shattered. Why did it say that? What's that? 100%. What's it doing? What's it saying? It just said all-time hype. Why is it saying? What's gone on? What's happened here? It said all-time record shattered at the top. Was it the quickest time it took to... Now it's saying level 2 complete. What's happened?
Friendly Ghost hype train.
Setting a new record. Keep going until the clock runs out. Is that just the quickest time we've got to level 3 before? Why is it saying we've set a record there? I don't understand. Channel all-time record 30% level 2. because one of the top supporters... What? I don't know. Weird. So there you go. We've got some sort of record on the hype train. We've finished level 2 as well. We're on the way to level 3, which is very exciting. Anyway, thank you, Stephen, for those gifted subs. Samuel B. Music 98. 1 whole year. It's been a lot longer than that, but happy to be here with the best fandom on the internet. Well, that's very nice. Thank you very much. Probably not that difficult to be the best fandom on the internet because most fandoms are trash. 12 months. Thank you for being here a whole year, Samuel B. Music. Much appreciated. GUI Goliath also in with the gift subs, taking GUI Goliath up to a staggering 562. I think that is the channel record of the number of gifts given. They've gone to Blickety and Certified Scott. 2 salutes there for you. Thank you very much, GUI Goliath, for your continued gifting. I've probably said it before, but the G in GUI Goliath probably stands for gift. That's what he does. Just gift stuff all the time. Trolling Badger.
I hope everyone has their fear friends ready this month. I have Gizmo from Gremlins on a nearby shelf if I require him. TTJ Ben Scared Shake.
Don't get him wet though. Don't feed him after midnight or he'll get scary himself. And then you're one source of...
More spooky hype and the best tiniest Peter Austin. TTJ Dick Salute.
Your one source of comfort in scary times will itself become a scary time. That will be bad. Charlie Badger, thank you for being with us. 42 months! And you've been modding for a lot of that time.
Spooky cheer mote for the spookiest time of the year. Thanks for holding our hands through this TP.
Well done, everyone. You've all been very generous. Look at that hype train building. Thank you very much indeed. 42 months from Trolling Badger.
Friendly ghost.
Oh boy, here we go, spooking again. Here I go spooking again. I hope everyone knows where their towel is. I don't have one, but I've got some TripleJump cushions and Emma, so that should be okay. Steven Scotus with 100 bits.
One more for the emote noise.
It's really good, isn't it? I am really hoping so. I tell you what, I'll find out if the donation does the really big scream. I think it might do. 1 second. Alert box. Test donation. Oh, sorry.
This is a test donation for £14.
That's it. Oh.
This is a test donation for £53.
I'll just repeat that friendly ghost I just overwrote as well, which I think was this one from Deadeye Minis.
Friendly ghost.
There you go. Lovely. So there you go. If you donate cash, you get the biggest scream of all. It's worth it, I would say. Here we go, spooking again. Thank you, Trowling Badger. 100 bits from...
Fine. I'll try the donation thing.
Oh, thank you, Trillian Jones.
I am prepared for disappointment. Happy Spook Month, Walrus Clan.
Oh, I got in there after you'd spent your money. Trillian Jones, I'm sorry. But at least you got the first genuine scream, so
Friendly
that's great.
ghost.
Much appreciated. Look at all these nice things happening. We've got 1 minute left to fill up level 3, everyone. I think you can do it. Friendly Ghost Hype Train from Stephen Skodes. Thank you very much for the bits, Stephen. We've got 100 bits from Forgotten Media as well. Hope everyone has their fear friends ready. I have Gizmo from Gremlins on a nearby shelf if I require him. Then 200 more bits from Stephen Skodes. Hype Train and the best tiniest Peter Austin. That's me. 100 bits from Pup George. Spooky cheer mote for the spookiest time of the year. Oh, we're so close. We're on 90%. We've got 20 seconds left. And where are we? Thanks for holding our hands. Hype train success, everyone. Oh no, it finished. It ran out of time. That's weird. That seemed a lot quicker than 10 seconds. I thought it's because it said success because we filled the level and we're on to the next one. But anyway, thank you everyone who contributed to that. All-time record shattered. You've reached new levels of support. Don't know what that means. So thank you to Pup George, Forgotten Media, and Stephen Skedis for all your bits there. Samuel B. Music gifted a sub to Bartek Kubica, taking Samuel to 16 gifts to the channel. Thank you very much indeed. 100 more bits from Stephen Skodes for the emote noise. It's a good emote noise. Thank you, Stephen. Delay Mini subscribed for 44 months on a 44-month streak. That's a crazy amount of months. Oh wow, 44, the spookiest of numbers, maybe, possibly not. Pleasure as always is ours, TP. Oh, well, that's very nice. Thank you, Deadeye Minis. We then had another gift sub from Stephen, gone to the far wall, taking Stephen to 508. Stephen, that's loads. Thank you very much. Then Dynacat subscribed for 16 months. No message, just a 16-month subscription. Just casual there, just doing that like a boss. We got loads of hype emotes. And there we go, that's me caught up on everything. Wow, I did it. Did it, everyone. So, it is the spook month. But as you can see today, we are playing Little Hope. Little Hope, not Little Hope. Little Nightmares, not Little Nightmares. Little, I'm trying to think of others that aren't Orpheus. Little Lucy. I don't know who that is, but how do I just get back to?
I think he.
No. I launched the game earlier just to test it. I'm only like 30 seconds into where we stopped last time, but they're mid-conversation, and I want to just... Okay, that's weird. I'm just going to close the app and relaunch it. Odd. Right, there we go. Launched the game again, and we'll just hit resume, which is how I got into that area in the first place. Little Oreo, is that a thing? Little Peter, of course, yeah. Both Little Hope and Little Nightmares would be good for Spook Month, says Samuel B. Music. Well, I've played Little Nightmares before, and we've played Little Hope as well, so sadly we won't be playing either of those for Spook Month. However, there's a spooky rules boss, which may or may not involve one of those games. And also, what I wanted to say was, after there's been probably a bit of chatter at the start of this level, what I wanted to say was, yes, we're playing this game today. I'll just pause it. We're playing this game today, and you might think, it's not particularly spooky, this game. It's more of a whimsical adventure. Well, yes, it is. But I've got a lot of spooky stuff lined up for the rest of the month. Starting next week, which was an art stream, we'll do some kind of spooky art stream. We don't know exactly what we're going to do. Maybe make masks or something. We could do that. We could do Halloween masks. And then I've got some spooky games to play, and a sort of, it's not a spooky thing to watch, but it's a scary, haunting thing to watch, I believe, based purely off the poster. That's all I've seen. I've not checked it out in any way. In fact, I don't even know if I can get access to the thing in question, so I'm not going to say what it is yet. I won't make any promises, but we should be having at some point a watch party episode rather than a play along. But it is semi-video games related. So I've got lots of spooky stuff lined up for the rest of October, but we do have to just get through the second half of Little Orpheus, and then we're clear for spooks for the rest of the month. So I hope you don't mind me being slightly non-scary for today. Here we go. Oh.
This dog. You say he was an explorer?
Yes, General, he was. He vanished some 60 years ago. I remember the story well.
And you say he stole Little Orpheus?
To get home, General. To get home. I think he must have thought he could use the atomic bomb to blast his way back to the surface.
Brilliant, Ivan Ivanovich! And you expect me to believe that a 100-year-old madman not only survived below the Earth's crust, but enslaved his Mienkiv, explored the lost worlds, and discovered the secrets of atomic power, all by himself?
A Tsarist general! An imperialist! No doubt harking back to the terrible days before the Great Revolution. And Estonian!
Estonian?
Estonian, General!
They are wily people.
They are a wily people. It's true. It's well known that Estonians are wily. Oops. The alerts are spooky enough for today, says Stephen. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, so I need to get up there now, do I? Oh, on the rope. Whoop.
The slave mines stretched away into the distance, and I sometimes wondered if I would ever find my way out. But I never gave up, General.
Of course you did. You are a hero, Ivan Ivanovich.
Wow,
No, General, no, I am no hero.
The general's become pretty sarcastic in this chapter.
I am a simple toy maker,
Friendly
son from
ghost.
Tomsk.
Oh,
Omsk.
General?
Omsk. You said Tomsk.
I said Omsk.
You said Tomsk.
General, I think I am well aware of the city of my birth.
Perhaps all the moving around as a child confused you.
a hexagon subscribed. Friendly Ghost for 44 months. Thank you very much. The little Ben salute there. Hello, grab it. Grab it. There we go. Oh. Oh, well, that was fine. I had to wait for him to look away anyway, so. Ka-chunk. Can I push this? No. Just gotta wait for my time. Oh. Oh! I thought I'd be able to stay behind the barrel. Okay, is this guy just going to look away, or... Yeah, these guys are a little bit spookums, aren't they? I don't think he is going to look away. Can I push this? No. Huh. Do I go down the rope first and then do something to... Oh! Too late. Was The Simpsons Skateboarding a What Culture Era Worst Games Ever episode? I think it was, just looking for confirmation. It was. It was one of the first games we ever played. It was, well, I mean, all of the What Culture ones were among the first games we ever played, because we only played about 6 episodes of Worst Games Ever. But yeah, I think it was something like episode 4, maybe? It was actually a game that a flatmate of mine submitted. In fact, no, he didn't. Because he was a flatmate of mine when I was a student, and I didn't work at What Culture till after I was a student, but he gave me the game for me to review on my channel. He knew that I reviewed like bad and weird games on my own personal channel. Oh, it's like some sort of strange Santa Claus. So yeah, for my birthday, he got me some other stuff as well, but one of the things he got me was a box of Worst Games Ever's. I can
On
jump.
we flew across the deserted, frozen plateau. I was single-minded in my pursuit, dogged in my determination.
Oh, this is fun. Oh! Oh no.
I would take back Little Orpheus and prevent Toll from detonating the bomb.
Ah, you are as humble as ever, Tavares.
Well, General, you are a great military leader, a great strategist, whereas I am simply the humble son of a watch toy maker, and driven by patriotic fever with no regard for my own safety. I rushed blindly on.
Why are we being so... secretive? Why are we... Oops. I don't get why we're dodging all these questions or making up false narratives. Oh! Okay. One of the first is Metropolis Mania, and I love that game, says Psylog. Metropolis Mania is objectively a bit of a wonky game. Well, it's not. It's just. It's one of those games that probably landed a lot better in Japan, you know, because people have different preferences in the West and in the East, and that is partly why, as a Western player, it seems kind of wonky and bad. But yeah, yeah, funny one. Oh.
Will our courageous yet unfortunate hero drown in the depths of an inhospitable frozen sea?
Oh, we were pretty near the end of the chapter.
In time to prevent Toll from detonating the bomb.
Last week.
Will the general holiday in Omsk next year? Or Tomsk? Or perhaps both? What exactly is the difference between a mammoth and a hairy elephant? All of these questions and more should almost certainly be answered in the next exciting episode of Little Orpheus.
Next episode. So now we're on Beneath the Waves of Mollygoba. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left to do. Okay. Well, let's see if we get through it all today. I'd like to, because I want to spend the rest of the month doing spookums.
I thought I was doomed. But a miraculous thing happened, General.
I was swallowed by another whale.
Breathe.
Oh.
It must have been the helmet that was jammed onto my head. It was a strange and remarkable thing.
What?
Some might almost say beyond belief.
A narrow-minded fool may indeed, General. But of course, you are no Durak. But even as I sank towards the floor of that lost ocean, my journey was about to take me to darker, stranger territory than ever before.
It's an underwater
and it
level.
Happened like this.
I hope I can walk at normal speed. Oh, I can't. I can probably jump high. Oh, it's so slow and sluggish. I mean, it's pretty, don't get me wrong. And it makes a change. But, jeez.
Let me see if I have this correctly. After narrowly failing to apprehend the mad missing explorer Toll and recapture my atomic bomb in your giant snowball, you fell through thin ice and sank to the bottom of a subterranean ocean, discovering along the way that the mind control helmet you had accidentally wedged onto your head enabled you to breathe underwater and resume your pursuit across the seabed.
Correct.
General, you seem perplexed.
Perplexed? Perplexed is that the keys to my house are not where I left them. Perplexed is the fact my dog will not eat cheese like other dogs. No, Ivan Ivanovich, I am not perplexed.
Oh. Oh, okay. Why is it... Oh, no, it's all spiky. Oh. Why...
Intrigued then, perhaps.
I'm not sure intrigued is the correct term either.
Why is it that we fell through ice and now we're on the bottom of what looks like quite a nice ocean? Sort of semi-tropical.
Raged at being taken for a simpleton. Now that, perhaps, is a better way of describing my current state of mind.
I suppose it doesn't look tropical as such. But, you know, there's a lot of life in here. Okay.
That is unfortunate, General.
Once again, Comrade Privalov, I must correct you. Unfortunate is losing one's car in a snowstorm. Unfortunate is booking opera tickets on your wife's birthday and getting the date wrong.
Oh, was she furious?
That is not the issue!
Oh.
Furious. However, now that is a good word.
I could speak with your wife. Would that help? I could always have a word with her if you like.
I could always have you shot.
Oh, you could, but I suspect she would appreciate the gesture less.
Indeed. Oh. Oh, I popped it. Pressed X and it popped. Just trying to rise higher. I mean, rise quicker. Okay. We've got to not touch the wall. Oh, what? Did I touch it that time? There we go. Oh, no! Oh. Just clipped it. Okay. Got to keep in mind that that is not very forgiving. I like this game. I like its vibe. Oh! Down I go.
A kraken. A vast monster of the sea. A giant, humongous, many-armed electrical destroyer of ships and cities.
Electrical?
Electricity flowed along its horrible body, sparking and stunning all it touched, flowing like deadly rivers along its awful tentacles.
Okay. Do I have control? No. Down I go. Okay, so we've got to fight a kraken at some point, by the sounds of it. Oh. This level would be a big one for my
A sobering discovery.
my thalassophobia, but at least being on the seabed, I feel far less scared because nothing can get me from underneath. That's where I'm real scared, in open water where I can't see the bottom. You know, put me on the floor, and I don't care if Cthulhu's swimming around. It's fine.
Are you suggesting that the vessel simply wandered off course and sank here? That seems unlikely even by your standards.
No, General, I only wish that were true. The mighty ship showed terrible scars. Signs of having been grappled and torn asunder by some huge and terrible adversary.
That is indeed strange and curious.
The kraken.
I am troubled by this discovery.
Might you almost be perplexed, perhaps?
Don't push your luck.
Can I? Oh, no, I can't. Oh, boy. Oh, okay. I could have done, actually. I thought that was all in one plane, but no. Oh, yeah, I see. There's a gap here. Oh. I think that's just me mistiming my jump. I'll try one more time. So you do that one like an arc, and then you stop here, ooh, and then you go for a high jump here. Oh, yes, okay.
Friendly ghost.
That's a subscription from Lord Brotovich. Thank you very much. Press and hold square to interact. Beep boop, I'm not here, but I will resub during a TP stream as usual. Greetings from the hockey to Dinosaur Space Earth, which is also flat. Thank you very much, Lord Brotovich. I hope you're enjoying the hockey. Okay. And then we... Oh. I'm doing it. There we go. Ah. Okay then. Oh boy.
I was stationed at Sydney Ostrov some years ago.
Okay, so when I do that, I need to somehow relocate the torch so that it shines to the right as well, I think. Oh. Okay, that was a close one. So, I interact like this. Okay, so I can only turn it on and off, but maybe if I come over here, I might be able to swivel it. Ah, yeah, there's a wheel here. There you go.
I was stationed at Sydney Ostrov some years ago. I am only too aware of how easy it is for the imagination to create monsters when one is exposed to lonely and dark places. My men required constant monitoring.
Much like my cousin Pavel.
He was also stationed at Ostrov?
No, he required constant monitoring. He was a devil for stealing eggs.
Friendly ghost.
Thank you very much to Alt Evolutions for subscribing via Prime for 34 months. That's almost 3 years.
Friendly ghost.
And also to Ellie Nicholas, who subscribed for 13 months on an 11-month streak. That's 1 month more than a year in terms of total time subscribed, and just shy of a year in terms of streak. So...
I was referring to the fear that something is lurking in the darkness. Something strange, brutish, and ill-intentioned.
Again, that sounds much like my cousin Pavel.
Okay, so we've got this switched on. Can I give it a turn? Wow, is that... Can I make that jump? Oh, I don't have to make that jump. I can use a bubble. Huh. Oh no. Oh, yikes. Okay. I think I spent too long in the bubble falling downwards when I landed. Yeah, I need to get in it from the bottom. I don't want any downward momentum. This should do it, hopefully. Oh, maybe not. Pop. Burst it. Pop it. Oh, I thought I could pop it with X, but apparently I can't. Oh, I can jump when bubbles pop, so... There we go. A bit of upward momentum. Oh, and a little flurry of a jump when it bursts. Oh, wow, that's pretty tight. Is that a ramp up there? Oh, was this actually the way I was supposed to get here? Could I have come up and over? Somehow? Oh, I think maybe I could. There's a little clamshell down there. Who needs that when I've got my own solutions? That's the speedrun strat. I mean, it's probably not even. I think it would take longer to do the way I did it, but... I am, in a kind of surprising way, I'm enjoying the floaty physics down here under the water. I didn't think I would, but how's it going, Batman fan Drew? Welcome in. Oh, beautiful. I really want to go home and watch Andor, episode 5. Really excited. Loving that show so far. Right, there's no way you get this kind of stuff in the bottom of an Arctic sea. Or indeed an Antarctic one.
I was being hunted. There was no doubt about it. And escape was all I could think about.
Naturally.
That and duty.
Duty?
Yes, General. After all, I had a bomb to recover from that villain Toll.
How clever of you to remember that.
Okay. Oh no! Oh yikes! Let me take it from the right side. And go left. There we go. That's much better. Oh no! Okay, we did it, everyone. Oh boy. It doesn't look a great deal like a kraken. It's just a big thing with... I think I've only seen 2 tentacles on it so far, and it's electric. I'm calling BS that it's not a kraken as we know it. It's a... Ooh. It's a machine, perhaps. Peter, have you been to the bottom of an Arctic sea? How do you know? Yeah, I don't know whether you get multicolored coral on the bottom of frozen seas. Oh, that's a bit like that brain coral in the background.
But first, there was the issue of escape. Escape from a dreadful, grasping creature that consumed all it could reach, dragging anything that wandered within its...
I did think that, like, why would they...
But first, there was the issue of escape. Escape from a dreadful, grasping creature that consumed all it could reach, dragging anything that wandered within its clutches to a miserable doom. A hoarder of useless trophies and stolen goods.
And they're making weird noises. It sort of looked... When I first died to that thing, it looked like it was in the background, but then I was like, well, why would they put an actual hazard in the background?
There was the issue of escape.
How am I...
Escape from a dreadful, grasping creature that consumed all it could reach, dragging anything that wandered within its clutches to a miserable doom. A hoarder of useless trophies and stolen goods.
Once again, Tavarish, I suspect you are pursuing a somewhat tortuous metaphor for capitalism, in the misguided hope of appealing to my political ideas.
I was going to go a bit like capitalism, but, you know, they did it for me. That's fine. Hey, I'm no communist, but capitalism also sucks, right? It all sucks. Can we go back to the feudal system, where we all just worked on a farm for a big baron boss? No, I don't want to do that. I want to go back to the invention of farming. No, I don't want to do that either. I know someone who says, oh, the Industrial Revolution is the worst thing that ever happened to the planet. And it's like, well, it is the worst thing that's ever happened to the planet, I think. Oh my god, that was a little bit horrible. It is probably the worst thing that's happened to the planet, or the human race in general is the worst thing that's happened to the planet. But the Industrial Revolution isn't necessarily the worst thing that's happened to the human race. Because, yeah, in the, you know, immediately as it began, things were pretty bad. People were dying of pollution and stuff. But, you know, since then, it's allowed us to create all sorts of amazing things that have, like, really aided us. And also, made things really bad for us. You know, we've invented like nuclear bombs and plastic and stuff. And I don't know, maybe it is still the worst thing that's happened to humanity. But it's, we don't die of cholera anymore as a general rule. Some people do, unfortunately. But the Industrial Revolution helps less people die of cholera and smallpox and stuff.
Mouse being toyed with by a terrible cat.
Rather a wet mouse.
I was like a little underwater mouse.
Being stalked by a giant rubbery electrical cat with 8 tentacles.
Exactly, General.
Good, I'm glad we cleared that up. You may continue.
We have the solutions, just not the will to put them into practice. That's true, actually, Pup George. That's, there's more than enough stuff to go around for everyone, and we all know that, like, hey, maybe we shouldn't be burning fossil fuels. Like, everyone knows. Oh, that's a bit high. Everyone knows how to make a utopia. It's just that capitalism, for example, is one of the many things that stops people from doing that. I'm not an anti-capitalist in the sense that you don't need to be worried about me trying to bring down Western society, but oh no, Sauron, I don't want it. But yeah, I can see as well as anyone else that I'm using these little bubbles to create a little updraft. I wouldn't laugh yet, my boy.
Submarines. You didn't mention submarines before.
Didn't I? Why? No, Naverne, General. Of course, submarines. Millions of them. Several, at least.
These aren't submarines, are they? They're sea mines.
Any particular submarines? Did you see names? Numbers?
General, have you lost a submarine?
I am not at liberty to answer that question, as you well know.
Well, General, losing one's car in a snowstorm is unfortunate, as you say. But to lose a whole submarine, that could be considered careless.
Steady now. Oh, there they are. There's a sub.
And you are certain it was M. 256?
Well, that was painted on the hull, so I can only assume so.
I think I know where this dismal story is going next. You somehow miraculously brought the remaining closed cycle engine online, flooded the torpedo tubes, dispatched the Kraken with one shot, and triumphantly surfaced.
No, General. That is not what happened at all. I did indeed make my way to the torpedo tubes, but for a very different purpose. After all, history has taught us that atomic power is not to be toyed with.
Much like tired, impatient generals, perhaps. Particularly the perplexed ones.
Indeed, General. Or like dogs that will eat no cheese.
Oh, am I out of the water? Hell yes. Plonk. Oh, hello. Oh, there's a... What? I'm pressing square. That's not doing anything. Is that a lever in the middle? Yes. Looks like a little sapling. Oh, no. Oh, Christ. Okay, it's definitely a real Kraken. Okay, see, now I'm feeling slightly... Oh! Slightly perturbed. Tiny perturbed. Oh, jump! Stop looking in at me. I don't like it. Okay. Will our hero blow up in a...
Will our determined yet disorientated hero end his days as socialist sushi? Will his daring exploits be cut tragically short by vengeful calamari? Will the general's wife ever forgive him for missing Ruslan and Lyudmila? And just how many eggs did Pavel steal, and where did he keep them? All of these questions and more may or may not be answered in the next exciting episode of Little Orpheus.
We didn't find out about hairy elephants in this chapter. He lied. Okay, I'm glad we've got that episode done quite quickly, because now it leaves us with a fighting chance of getting through the rest in the space of one stream.
I was alive, General.
Oh.
Somehow, miraculously, I was alive. Some twist of fate, some hand of destiny, but I was alive.
In a desert.
Strange as this new world was, I knew Toll must have come this way, and it was my task to find him. And it happened like this.
So we didn't fight the Kraken.
The sun beat down on me relentlessly. The heat was unbearable. I was exhausted. Yet I could not stop. I had to go on. For 7 weeks, I trudged across the desert. On the second day...
Please, comrade, if we may. I think we can skip the details, unless you consider them to be particularly relevant to the location of Little Orpheus.
Of course, General. We will simply omit the tale of the singing chasm, the oasis of mirrors, the sightings of Toll's Mienk aloft on their pterodactyls carrying parts of my crashed rocket drill over the horizon to Lemuria.
Wait, the what?
Singing chasm?
Not that, but the rocket drill.
Oh yes, General, the rocket drill. But what did Toll want with it? And why Lemuria?
Lemuria?
Lemuria, General.
I am not familiar with this Lemuria, comrade.
Well, that is because it does not exist, General. Or at least, so I thought.
Oh. Will our hero die of thirst? Find out in the next thrilling episode of Little Orpheus. Uh-oh. Don't like the look of this. Oh, or do I? I do. That looks lovely. Is it real, though? Could just be a Nicky Mirage. A mirage. Oh, we've got some floating bits of stone. How? Oh no, I was impatient. And it's cost me. I've got to watch that whole thing again. I've got to climb the bridge again. A real waste of everyone's time. Oh. See, the game crashed there because I jumped as the cutscene started. I don't know if you noticed, my character was hovering just slightly off the ground. Which I think is why when the cutscene finished, it crashed. Because it didn't really know why I was up in the air. Wow. Yeah, far in the chat. We should be alright here. I think it'll literally just plonk us back there. Yeah. This time, I will not mash jump. Good. Thank God for very generous checkpoints, eh?
Strange crystals seem to exert an extraordinary hold over the stone blocks and arches.
Yeah.
When they hummed, the whole city remade itself. Where they were missing, clearly looted by some villainous thief, the city was fallen to ruin. It was like a vast musical instrument, vandalized, and yet still attempting to toot.
I'm enjoying all the sort of oboe, clarinet, and woodwind in the orchestra. I'm a big fan of the oboe. It's one of my favourite instruments. Bassoon. I do like reed woodwind.
How poetic. I'm sure our engineers would be fascinated and baffled in equal measure. If the whole department hadn't been arrested for sedition last week, I would happily convey it to their skeptical ears.
Sedition?
Oh! What?
How poetic. I'm sure our engineers would be fascinated and baffled in equal measure. If the whole department hadn't been arrested for sedition last week, I would happily convey it to their skeptical ears.
Sedition, General? Really? That is unfortunate news indeed.
I am joking.
Oh, I don't have to bring that lever arm with me, do I? I know. This one's broken already, so. Oh! Okay. Pterodactyl over there. I used to be able to play a bit before my lung collapsed, says Jelly-Filled Pandas. Wow, really? Oh, the didgeridoo. Oh, right. I am a grade 1 oboe. Yeah, I really went far with that as a child, says Deadeye Minis. Oh. Oh. I love how that sounds like a minor insult. You, sir, are a grade 1 oboe. It does. I like that. Oh, I can pull this out or push it. And for what? A lever. Or as they say in America, a lever. And this one's so called because it allows things to levitate. We don't say levitate. Oh. Oh, I see. That one blocked the view of the baddie.
Oh yes, the Menkf were here, all right.
Menkf.
Which meant whatever dastardly scheme Toll had, it was to be enacted on these burning sands.
And you will explain this in due course, I imagine.
Imminently, General. What you need to know first is this. I have told you already how parts of the devices the enslaved Menkf were forced to wear came from the surface.
Radio parts and so on, yes, from what you have told me. Assuming there were plenty of lost ships in the ocean as you claim, for Toll to have dredged up what he needed to assemble them.
Aha, good. You are one step ahead of me, General.
I said assuming.
Of course, assuming.
Okay.
Now, as I gazed in awe at the buildings rising and falling around me, I realized that the other major component of those mind-controlling helmets was crystal. Toll had raided Lemuria for them. He knew the city. He knew the crystals could amplify vibrations and waves, and was using them to boost the signal of the radio parts to exert his control over the Menkf. Which meant...
Do I risk it? Oh, I shouldn't have done. I'm going for it. No, I'm not. I'm joking. Imagine. I'm going for... No, I'm not. Oh, sort of climbed up into a closed thing there. I thought we were going to crash again.
Yes, imagine, General, what such amplification could achieve when fused to the finest atomic science our great Soviet civilization has produced.
Wait. I do not understand. You said Tull was planning on using the bomb to shatter the Earth's crust to return to the surface.
A tragic mistake, General. He had not recognized the extent of his mad ambitions.
You mean to imply Tull would have attempted to enslave the Russian people? Pah! The will of the Soviet citizen is mighty and strong.
To you, perhaps, as a trained warrior. But consider, perhaps instead, a humble son of a toy maker from Tomsk.
Ah, yes. Perhaps we have our share of simpletons, after all.
Stop sneaking, stop crawling. Just go fast. Oh! Oh. Okay. Am I on a time limit to get back? Oh. No, it's just going up and down. Okay. Oh! Jeez. Ashton would have gone for it. Yeah, she probably would. I played cornet first, as it was what my dad played. I just succumbed to the trumpet for an easy life. Who played? Oh, he played. I spent 3 years playing the cornet. Spent 3 years trying to tell people it was not a trumpet. And I played the trumpet as a kid. I couldn't handle more than 3 buttons to press. Well, it may surprise you to know, Pup George, and Forgotten Media, that I also played the cornet at school. My brother, I don't know if my parents like made him choose an instrument, but I think they wanted to encourage, you know, instrument playing. And I think someone came to school when he was in primary school.
The vast pictograms told of a history of wonders.
Oh.
They seem to suggest the Lemurians were travelers from another world, where a mysterious clock seemed to stand.
That is very mysterious. As mysterious as the location of Little Orpheus, perhaps.
Yes, of course, General. I am just getting to that.
The General just wants to know where it is now. He does not need this story. Yeah, so I think a guy from like... I don't know who he represented, but came in and like did an assembly where he played a few brass instruments, and it was like, hey, if you want to learn, sign up for music lessons, extracurricular. And my brother was like, oh yeah, I'll play the cornet. And when he was about, I don't know how old he was, about 8 or 9, and then am I going over the top? And then I was encouraged to take up an instrument, and because he was doing the cornet, I was like, sure, I'll do that. Oh, there's a lever there. So I played the cornet for about, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. Never did any grades in it. Was never that good at it because I didn't like it. I didn't like having to practice, you know. Oh, okay, I understand. Yeah, I had a hard time enough, like being kind of disciplined enough to do my homework, let alone then like spend time practicing an instrument. I remember a few. Oh, there we go. I remember a few pieces that I had to learn for various sort of recitals, and I could probably still play them. I remember all the fingering, as it were, such that if someone gave me a cornet now, I could probably still play it, but no, you're all right. My favourite instruments are of torture, says Lucy B. Yes. Well, the cornet is an instrument of torture. No, an instrument of Hello. Instrument of torture is the violin when you're first learning how to play it. My sister learned the violin, and as with...
As I bravely explored that ancient city, a question was gnawing at my mind.
Oh, look, he's an astronaut.
What did it mean that the Lemurians had foreseen the coming of Tol? And who was the man from above that was celebrated as the savior of the Miengf? It was almost as if they could read the future in their crystals.
And yeah, nothing against my sister specifically, but when anyone first learns to play violin, it can be pretty torturous to listen to. She's now a very good violinist, and we quite often holiday in Ireland, Republic of Ireland, from time to time, and there've been multiple occasions where we've been at like an Irish bar, and
The bells of Lemuria tolled and tolled. A roaring symphony, a crescendo of peals that set the city dancing, each note causing the crystals to shimmer and cascade with light.
Uh-oh.
But the sandstorm was no natural phenomenon, and the bells did not ring for celebration. Something was very wrong here.
Aside from the pterodactyls and the Miengf and the dancing stones and the ancient magical prophecies and the crystals and now the giant bears, you know.
If you don't want me to continue, General, then I can easily just quietly go home.
Don't think Chepucho will get you out of this one, comrade.
So yeah, we've been to like pubs and islands where they've had like actual musicians playing, and she's just sort of got up and just played with them without any music, because you have to just do it. You have to just know it. You don't whip out your sheet music. So yeah, it's a far cry from me and my brother begrudgingly playing cornet for a few years and then giving it up. Oh, this looks fun and terrible. Does this mean this is an area where... Yes! Wow, I like that. That's fun. It's like that bit in Aladdin where the tower falls on him and he goes in the window.
I raced through those magical structures, a righteous fire in my heart. I was like the Brinya Nikic, prepared to strike at the dragon who threatened my homeland.
Your heroism is only surpassed by your modesty.
On the contrary, General, I chose the Brinya carefully. Like him, I am a simple peasant.
Uh-oh.
It was fate
Oh no.
that chose me to descend to the Earth's core.
Jumped too soon.
I raced through those magical structures, a righteous fire in my heart. I was like the Brinya Nikic, prepared to strike at the dragon who threatened my homeland.
Your heroism is only surpassed by your modesty.
On the contrary, General, I chose the Brinya carefully. Like him, I am a simple peasant. It was fate that chose me to descend to the Earth's core.
It was General Komanyin who chose you to descend to the Earth's core. But don't let that get in the way of your story.
Well then, award General Polkovnik Komanyin the highest medal in the world.
He already has several of those.
I cannot take credit for his wisdom in sending me.
It's very well written, this game. I'm enjoying all the dialogue. I've genuinely laughed at several things. Oh! Imagine if someone told you that this is what they'd been up to. They were sent off in a little submersible rocket drill thing. They lost an atomic bomb. And you're like, where is the bomb? And they're like, right, so I was swinging through the levitating city with the crystals and the bells and the sandstorm, dodging the pterodactyls. And hey, I'm just getting to the bit where I tell you where the bomb is. Don't worry. I would not believe them, says Jelly-filled Pandas.
What
Yeah.
was once a rocket drill ship,
Oh.
built to burrow into the Earth,
We found
was
it.
now a mighty vessel, repurposed to blast off into the skies.
Well, we're clearly going to lose it again because We've got like 3 chapters left. Oh. I am enjoying this. I don't know what is going on, but
There was no doubt that Toll was headed for the strange world with its clock. Although to what end, it was yet to understand. But there was no time to consider. No time for questions.
oh.
Toll was on the rocket. Little Orpheus was on the rocket. And wherever they were headed, I must head there too.
For
to
God's
thwart his
sake.
plans, recover my drill, and save the world.
It's grabbed onto a blasting off rocket now. Are we going inside the rocket? Are we? Hang on. How are we in space? Aren't we in the Hollow Earth?
Will our enthusiastic yet disorientated hero be burnt to a cinder by the rocket's engines? Will he be smashed into the rock that surely must be beyond the Lemurian skies? Does Nikolai Petrovich Kamanian really need any more medals? What was the strange clock, and what could it all mean? All of these questions and more will be answered, if you're extremely lucky, in the next exciting episode of Little Orpheus!
Okay, 3 left. Metagalacticus Interiorus. So, are we in real space now, or some sort of hollow space? Because the stars and stuff, I don't understand. Oh. There also appears to be air, oxygen. Oh!
Laika!
It's Laika!
Are you stark raving mad?
It was Laika. I am sure of it. That spirited little dog saved me.
Laika saved you in her little space machine.
I believe the correct term is capsule, General.
Don't push your luck any further, Ivan Ivanovich. I fear it might snap.
Oh, my apologies, General. In my excitement to explain what I discovered on the far side of the Metagalacticus Interiorus, I got carried away. And it happened like this.
So we've got Laika the space dog, what was sent to space and died in space. He's saying Metagalacticus Interiorus, which makes me think that he is saying this is some sort
A
of...
rocky moon. It's the center of the Earth.
Yeah,
The source of all creation, General.
a central space.
Place where time flowed like rivers, and boulders of raw matter rained like comets upon the cratered rock.
Another miraculous escape from death. Another happy accident.
It was no accident, General. Laika took me there entirely deliberately. I'm sure of that. She
Laika.
continues to be a heroine and a savior and protector of our great nation.
Laika? I barely know her. Indeed. Woof woof. I like her. Do the cha-cha.
Laika died in orbit.
No, she did not. She's very much alive and happy, and currently living several miles below our feet.
Laika is dead, Ivan.
She most certainly is not, General.
This is the real world, Tovarish. A world where you did not go to the center of the Earth, and Laika died in orbit.
Oh,
In my
zero
world,
G.
General, Laika is still alive.
Low G.
A better world, some may argue. Very well. I will live in your world for a while longer, but time is running out.
Ah, yes, time, General. I was just coming to that. There in the distance it stood,
Wow.
enveloped in a mighty time storm. The world clock, General. The beating heart of all history. The axis mundi, the pillar of the world.
Not enough to conquer Russia by drilling back to the surface with his magical mind-controlling atomic radio set, then.
No, General. You see, what if he could fuse Little Orpheus directly with the world clock?
Why does it look like
Then
St.
his
Basil's
passion would radiate with every tick
Cathedral?
and every talk.
Blaze it.
He would not simply...
What do you call a dog on a submarine? A subwoofer. Ha ha ha. Why is Google Chrome like a submarine? They both get slower if you open too many windows. He he he. Did you know that there are more airplanes in the ocean than there are submarines in the air? It's just plain to see. Hi-e. My friend quit his job as a submarine captain. He couldn't handle the pressure. Ho ho ho. My favorite films are Das Boot, The Hunt for Red October and U-571. I love subtitles. Ha-ooh-ooh.
Very good.
Moggy dive dive dive.
Charlie Badger, thank you for the 100 bits and for taking, once again, a responsibility for joke cheer. It's 420, everyone, blaze it.
B B B B B B B B B B B little B B B B B B B Orpheus B B B B B B B is a good game B B B B also stream series TP B B B B B B blaze it.
B is a good game. Thank you very much, Stephen Scourges, as well, for blazing it. Blaze it, everyone. 420 is the sex number.
The Tsar. He would be the Tsar of all time. The eternal tyrant. The literal incarnation of everything our glorious revolution stood to overthrow.
Okay, sure. Oh, I'm in. Sorry. The way the camera was zooming out then, I wasn't quite sure. Oh.
Sunnykiv?
Uncanny, General.
Friendly
It
ghost.
was somehow different. I felt no cold. The waves were motionless. Indeed, it was as if I had stepped free of those rivers of time and stood on entirely motionless ground.
The walrus. Billy.
And there in the distance,
What?
debris from Tsarya and tall slave mines had washed up here, almost as if I were meant to find it. And there, amongst it, the winking of steel led me to a blasting cap, and a plan began to form.
C. Bennett, thank you very much for subscribing there. Just a reminder, 422 is 420 also. 29 months, thank you very much indeed. Long time.
The terrain was ferocious.
Nice soundtrack. This game.
Explosive eruptions of fire and heat. Thunderous emissions and lethal gases.
Much like your cousin Pavel, perhaps, as a result of consuming all of those stolen eggs.
Michael Johnson.
Ah, General, you have been listening after all.
I am intrigued to see how this ends in terms of his story and and the general and stuff. Oh! Pressed it a bit too late there. Oh, I've lost the music now because I died. That one's going to break as well. You can see where all the brakes are. There's one here. Oh, yeah, okay, behind me. One here as well. Oh! What if the plot twist is that our guy actually toned the story down a bit, and what actually happened was even more fantastical and weird? Yeah, that could be good.
Agartha again. But why?
You are stalling, comrade. The clock is ticking.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Of course. In a flash of inspiration, I understood. It was all wrong, you see, General.
That we can agree on.
We should never have gone to the center, because without Little Orpheus, Toll could not have become the tyrant he had. The rocket drill was his means to reach the world clock, but it was Little Orpheus that enabled him. And the time itself, the world clock itself, was determined to make matters right.
With a little help from you, of course.
Merely a simple pawn in a game played upon a cosmic scale, General. But a pawn who understood that he was being given a second chance to grab a chunk of the explosive resin that wondrous city was built upon.
Okay.
And I was back. The mighty river of time roared past me, carrying the weight of the whole of history with it.
Even for you, this is a stretch. Our time is almost up. I have to submit my report within the hour.
Time, General. Time was nearly up indeed. That ancient and magical river that carried me along was surely moving inevitably towards some kind of end.
I would definitely recommend this game to anyone who just fancies a simple romp, just a bit of platforming. I mean, as I said last week or last time, whenever it was that I streamed, you know, the one downside is that you guys have now seen the story, and this game hinges pretty strongly on its story and its dialogue, at least. But hey, we're all capable of rewatching, replaying, reliving certain things. I'm not going to make it, am I? There we go. Oh. Even if you know what's going to happen, you can still get something out of something, rewatching something or whatever. So maybe you can still enjoy this. Oops. Forgot media, thank you.
Yesterday I started working my way through a video backlog on the YouTube channel which dated back to late June. The first video I watched was the podcast filmed before the office summer party. Man, Peter was trying hard to like Cow the Kangaroo back then. Memories.
Yeah, I was. I really tried to like that game. I did. I liked it in a way, but it was doing some unforgivable stuff.
I'm full of it. It is nearly midnight, and you have not given me the adequate explanation for the whereabouts of Little Orpheus and the atomic bomb.
But, General,
Bomb.
I am about to tell you what happened when I finally caught up with the villain Toll.
I do not care, Tavarish. I simply do not care. You have worn me down, and it is time to call a halt to this. I bear you no malice, comrade. In many ways, I admire you, but time is running out.
Yes, General, yes. Time. Because it was time itself that suddenly appeared to be on my side.
Okay. What's going on? Am I running left here?
Perhaps the world clock was so impressed with your egg-wearing antics, it decided to return you to Plutonia for a second attempt. I would strongly suggest you cut to the chase.
The chase, yes. The
The dinosaur.
Toll and Little Orpheus. I stood there with the resin fragment in one hand and the blasting cap in the other, and then, just like that, a clock began to ring.
The world clock?
No, General, an alarm clock. My Slava alarm clock, in fact, given to me by Auntie Marsha.
The one who married the beef investigator.
The very same. And the moment I saw that clock, I knew what I had to do.
So we've gone back through previous levels. And this was the first level, wasn't it? So if they're being presented in a linear fashion, that'll be the last one.
I'm waiting.
A bomb, General. A bomb to destroy a bomb.
So, you decided to build a bomb, eh? A bomb to destroy Little Orpheus.
It was a simple plan, really, General.
Yes, you are very fond of your simple plans.
Is it a good idea to try and blow up an atomic bomb? I suppose if it's not sort of armed. I think they're more complex things than they're sometimes made out to be on, in movies and stuff, where if you accidentally kick it, it will set off a mushroom cloud. I think you really have to sort of arm them and prime them and stuff. But
as they scurried in agitation around the base of the rocket drill, now a dreadful weapon of war in the hands of a madman, I was reminded of my mother.
Your mother looked like a nymph? That is extremely disrespectful, comrade.
No, I meant I was raised by my mother from an early age, of course. My childhood memories of my father were all too brief.
You are rambling, Comrade Privalov. Time is running out. Dieni Rezinovi.
Time will run out for us all, General, will it not? And it ran out for my father on the shores of Volga.
Your father fought at Stalingrad?
He did, General.
So did I.
Well, so you see, General. Perhaps we are just the same, you and I. Perhaps we are all just Menkf in the end.
Oh, here we go. Where now? Are they...
What possible use in the construction of a bomb could be found in the belly of a giant whale?
Oh, they're not in order.
Were you perhaps planning on using a worm as a fuse?
Oh.
That would be ridiculous, General.
I would hate to undermine your otherwise entirely plausible account.
You forget, General. The belly of the beast was full of shipwrecks. And on one of them, I was bound to find what I was looking for. Fuse wire.
Comrade, yes, you'd forgotten all about the fuse until I reminded you, hadn't you?
General, your cynicism is unbecoming to a man of your rank and stature.
So I've got an alarm clock, some fuse wire, a power source from that orb thing. Now I just need an actual bomb. Where am I going to get one of those? Am I going left here? No. Oh! Definitely not. Absolutely not. Up you get. You're fine. Shake it off. Brush yourself down. Well, I've enjoyed this little revisit to some previous levels, apart from a reminder that we spent time in the belly of that whale, which was flipping disgusting. But other than that, it's been nice.
The clock was now ticking, General. Literally. I was surrounded by time, immersed in it, floating along a river of it on a raft made of history, seeking the next
This is going to be
opportunity to hurtle
the end of the chapter.
amongst those lost worlds.
I am a patient man, Tavarish. I lost 3 toes in the winter outside Sharkovskaya in 42. A drunken dentist removed 2 frostbitten toes and 1 perfectly healthy one. You may therefore consider me a man blessed with an uncommon level of endurance for discomfort.
I hate visiting the dentist.
Oh.
My uncle Vanya was a dentist, and he was a deeply strange man, notwithstanding the love he felt for his pigs.
Is what?
He was a pig dentist, General. He always claimed that the human mouth presented an insufficient challenge.
Let me challenge you, comrade. You will tell me what happened to little Orpheus. My patience is exhausted. I am done.
But we are nearly there, General. The world clock was shortly to strike again and transport me... Well, who could guess where?
Oh. I thought when we were on that thing we were going to go down a waterfall and be tipped off at the end and it was going to freeze frame. Is this the end for our brave hero? Will time be fixed? Find out. Almost certainly not. In the next thrilling episode of Little Nightmares. Little Hope. Can I climb on that? Oh no, that's in the background. It's hard to tell sometimes. I thought it was a little tiny platform for me. This guy's pretty patient for someone whose patience has run out. Yeah, to be honest, at the very start of the game, I thought this guy would barely allow us to tell even a quarter of this story, but he's really started to actually pay pretty close attention to it. Only now has his patience actually run out. Okay, the sands of time appear to be rising beneath us. Can I make it up there? Yeah. Oh. Oh. Bong. Oh, here we go again. Which level have we not been back to? The desert?
Floor, and that strange
the ocean floor.
submerged city, and those poor lost vessels. To find a shell case to hold all of my scavenged ingredients, the last piece I needed to construct my bomb.
Oh, I guess.
Yes, I have been waiting for this.
General?
Time, Ivan Ivanovich. Whilst you have rambled on and on about it, I have simply bided mine. I am a patient man, as I have said.
Yes, I don't feel I paid enough attention to the story about your toes. Do you have specially made shoes?
Enough! Now I have your full attention. Indulge me, Tavares. Explain to me how you made this bomb.
General?
Your bomb, comrade, that you so brilliantly constructed to destroy Little Orpheus. Tell me how you made it.
Yeah, I thought we were going to, like, scavenge a bomb, but apparently the glowing orb from earlier, the bit of that power source, is just going to go into a casing with some fuse wire and an alarm clock, and that's going to be a bomb. Is it?
In detail. The type of detail that should present no problem to a man who is actually capable of building a bomb, which I suspect would be an entirely different man to one who cheated on his entrance exams for the cosmonaut program.
Oh. We've been caught out now. I do love the writing in this, says Mr. Black. Yeah, me too. I'm enjoying it.
You are uncharacteristically silent, comrade.
Yeah.
Cat, got your tongue?
If I may, General, perhaps just a minute or two to gather my thoughts?
There are precious few minutes left. We have reached our conclusion, I think.
I'm kind of
we have,
glad
General.
that he's been caught out here.
I gazed up at the world clock and knew I had arrived at my destination. Whatever lay inside would see my journey end one way or another. But I had no idea of the marvels that awaited me. And it...
The bomb, Ivan Ivanovich! Tell me how you built the bomb!
It was a wonderful sight. The world...
It is 2 minutes to midnight, Ivan. It is time to end this story.
Oh. No, well, it is a cliffhanger, but not in the usual sense. Yeah, in a weird way, I'm really glad that he's been caught out there and that he's, you know, I should be rooting for him as my protagonist, but I'm feeling like, yeah, F you big cheat boy. So there's 2 chapters left, but maybe this is the final chapter, and this one is the one at the end. It might be the DLC one, which Ben told me Ben didn't tell me not to play it, but he described it as being suddenly very difficult. So I won't be playing that.
3 years ago, you were sent to the center of the Earth as part of a top-secret mission to ensure the delivery of Little Orpheus, an atomic-powered capsule. You promptly vanished until you casually wandered up to Molodiyozhnaya station. 3 years later, claiming to have saved the world, but lost Little Orpheus in the process. Is this correct?
Yes, General, it is, but...
You are charged with many crimes against the state, including desertion, lying to a superior officer, and sedition. Any one of these charges bears the punishment of execution by firing squad.
So, if you don't tell me now...
General, you must be reasonable. I did my best. It's all true, I swear. I swear upon the lives of my family.
Oh, do you? Auntie Marcia and Uncle Vanya, the traveling tinker and the pig dentist, or perhaps Cousin Pavel, the criminal mastermind with the unhealthy taste for eggs. How stupid do you think I am, Comrade Pivalov?
Oops.
Subdayu, it is all true.
Maybe your toy maker, or was it watchmaker, father, who apparently taught you all he knew, despite being killed when you were less than 5 years old.
I was a fast learner?
Was this in Omsk or Tomsk?
You have precisely 1 minute to convince me not to summon the guards, and have you shot on the spot.
A minute? A lifetime. It's all I need, General.
I think this might be the last level. I think the final chapter will either be just some sort of credit sequence.
I was astounded.
Or
my father,
the DLC.
I told you, I think I told you, he was a toy maker, and he often played with clockwork parts.
Tavarish.
But this made all those childhood wonders pale into insignificance. And it was fortunate indeed that my uncle...
Vanya, the pig dentist?
No, my other uncle, Sasha, had taken me mountaineering in the Urals during my childhood, for it was only by scaling these giant mechanical parts that I would reach Little Orpheus.
Yes, I had been thinking that it seems awfully convenient that you were such an accomplished climber. I don't, however, recall any mention of this Uncle Sasha in your file.
He was a very private
He was
man.
a very unlikely man.
That was Uncle Sasha's blessing and his curse.
The one thing about this game is it's really difficult to just do the action button on stuff like that. You have to seemingly be in a really precise place, or press it in a certain way, or I don't even know exactly what is or isn't allowing me to do that. And it is actually a bit frustrating because it just immediately like slows the game down. Like you just lose all your momentum. That's about the only complaint I've had. I know I've had a crash as well, but you know, these things happen. But like, why? I think maybe you have to just... Sometimes you have to hold it and sometimes you don't, and maybe that's what's throwing me off. I'm pressing it instead of holding it. But it varies depending on the object. Sometimes it's just a case of pressing it, so I think that's what's maybe confusing me there. Yeah, okay, in this case it is just a case of holding it, and that's what I was doing wrong, but I don't know, it's a bit strange. It doesn't feel the way it should to me. Oh, sweet Mother Mary. Okay, I panicked. I wasn't sure what the sequence was. Oh, okay. Right. Does this one go at all? Oh, no, it doesn't. That's how you do it. Okay, that's fine. Oh.
Those great wheels and cogs clashed and boomed. The vast hands of all time, crunching forever and ever around.
Ivan Ivanovich.
Pendulums and springs and great big wheels and tiny little wheels.
Tavarish Privalov, stop.
Though at least the Myank were not here, especially as they seemed to infest the world below the surface. Myank everywhere. Myank. Many Myank. Myank for plenty. Myank.
You are bambling. Comrade, enough.
Oh, there's a platform on the other side. Okay. Up we go. Oh, it's a crush. I thought it was a platform. I've got to read these hazards before I step into them, I think. You know, don't just blindly jump like that. Okay. Okay. Got pendulums. Or would it be pendula? I bashed into that one, apparently. Or maybe I did... That's what I did both times, perhaps. Just press X too late. Hello? I'm pressing it. Maybe I'm misreading where the edge is. Oh no, okay. In that case, I definitely hit the pendulum. Am I misjudging how big it is and thinking it's already out of the way when it's not? Yeah, I think I partly was. Okay. There we go. Okay, there we go.
But where was Toll? Aha! High above. On the clock face, perhaps.
Perhaps.
His radios and his crystals. If I could just reach him, I could use the bomb.
There is no bomb. You have no idea how to make a bomb. You have no idea about how to do anything one might actually expect of a cosmonaut.
The bomb?
Ivan Ivanovich!
General?
Time is up.
He said that a lot, but he's not shooting me. I'd have shot him ages ago. Ivan Ivanovich. Time is up. Oh, right, okay.
Stop talking, Tavarish. You don't know what happens next. It is obvious. You've done very well. I applaud you for your efforts and your story. It is a wonderful tale, Comrade Privalov. I have enjoyed it immensely. But every story needs an ending. And it is clear yours does not have one.
I just need more time.
I think that even if I gave you all the time in the world, it would not be enough.
No, General. I can do this. That is, I remember what happens next. I just need to catch my breath and compose myself.
We both know how this story ends, comrade.
Is there going to be a twist here? Is the whole...
But Little Orpheus, you haven't heard what happened.
We will find out soon enough. You will be executed, and another expedition will be sent.
No, you cannot. You cannot. We must never go back. You don't understand.
Make me, then. Make me understand. I am a kind man, although you may not believe this. I do not want to have you shot. So help me. Make me understand. Tell me what happened to Little Orpheus.
It was...
Ivan Ivanovich?
It was... it was... No. I'm sorry, General. I'm sorry, I have no idea. You are right. I simply cannot think what happened next. It's just... a blank, General. There's nothing there. I am very tired, you see.
Comrade Rivanov. Ivan.
You're right. It's over, General. Perhaps you would be so kind as to write to my mother for me.
Of course I will.
You are a kind man, as you have said. And, General...
Yes, Ivan.
Was it a good story?
Oh, yes. It was an excellent story.
Thank you, General. I am just sorry I couldn't give you an ending.
Unless...
General?
Quiet, Tovarish. I am thinking. Unless... I seem to remember that there were many problems with Little Orpheus during production.
Ignore that sound effect.
Problems with the casing around the atomic battery. Concerns.
Concerns, General?
Yes, concerns. Unlikely though that might be. Yeah, it seems if I remember that it failed to secure properly. A sharp blow could spring the hatch and expose the fragile casing of the bomb to any would-be vandal.
I'm not sure I follow you.
A resourceful yet forgetful hero might, one would think, take advantage of that fact.
But how, General? Where would I find something to strike it with?
The son of a watchmaker would easily find something within a giant clock mechanism that resembled a hammer, surely.
A hammer? Why, yes, General. I do remember now. I grasped the hammer-shaped thingamabob.
Let's just agree it was a hammer, Ivan.
Yes, of course. Let's do that. I recovered my senses, shook my head, and looked about me. In my distracted stupor, I had climbed further up the tower than I ever thought possible. In front of me was the clock face, and I gazed out through it at the sheer expanse of history. And I knew whatever happened next... happened next?
The hand of destiny had fallen upon your shoulder.
Yes! It had. And what an extraordinary hand it was.
Yeah, we had a little sound effect there from Windows Xbox Assistant or whatever, which was fun. Just in the middle of quite an emotional moment there. Love it. Oh my god. I'm in. No, not Cortana. It's like the Xbox Live app that you get on Windows. And we've tried to make it not launch, and it launches all the time, and it signs into James Jenkins' profile. Oh, there's a lump of crystal. Oh, steady. Oh. Why is the general helping me end the story? Does he just feel sorry for me? I've literally spent all this time making up a story, because actually I deserted or whatever. And I was finally admitting, yeah, I'm just a fraud and I'm going to be executed. And he's saying, well, at least let's have a good ending for your story before you die. Maybe that's what's happened here. Or maybe not. Oh. Oh!
And so, Toll was defeated. Little Orpheus destroyed, the bomb lost forever.
Not just that, General. In that moment, time sprung back to its proper shape, and I found myself once more in Plutonia, as the start of my journey. But the wound in the interior sky was gone. The drill was gone. It was as if I had never been here.
Ivan Life of Pi the General. Yeah, that's what I thought. It was like Life of Pi.
Free to pursue their simple lives.
But we can never go back?
Never, General. One drill, one metal sphere, one lone cosmonaut was nearly enough to destroy time and unleash the tyrant Toll upon our world. Who would think an innocuous beeping radio housed in a ball of metal could change the world so dramatically?
Who indeed? But tell me, what of you? And what of your return to the surface?
I stayed amongst the Mienk for as long as I could. But I came to realize they had begun to worship me as a king. No, General. I am a good socialist and could not allow this workers' paradise to become corrupted. And so I left that wonderful land for the last time.
And then?
And then I walked. For 2 years I wandered, always looking for a way home, through lands and worlds almost beyond imagination. Until one day I emerged, blinking into sunlight, and realized I was home.
Until one day I emerged, just like that? You just found your way back to the surface?
Well, General, it was a little more complicated than that. There were great obstacles to overcome and terrible challenges to face and incredible lands to explore.
Enough, Ivan. Little Orpheus is lost forever. The interior is sealed. You have returned with a story of socialism, triumphing over incredible odds.
Yeah.
It is, as I said, enough for one night. Enough for my report, at least.
General, if I may...
Comrade Ivan Ivanovich Privalov, you are found guilty of all charges brought against you and sentenced to execution by firing squad. However, having listened to your story, I believe you are quite mad. In other words, I find your madness guilty, not you. And we cannot execute madness. And indeed, there are lessons to be learned, even in the depths of this madness. Perhaps the Americans were right to send the chimp after all.
So, General?
Get out of my sight, Ivan. Go home. Enjoy a state pension as a madman. Just make sure I never see you again.
Yes, General. Of course, General. Anything you say. I shall be small and quiet and live a life without excitement and...
Out! Until one day I just emerged. Oh, very good, Tavarish. Very good indeed.
Very good. That's fun. It's not really... I don't think that's what I expected from the ending. I thought it would either just turn out to all be true, although it was he'd clearly like made too many holes in his story along the way that like it couldn't be true because he was getting the details of his dad wrong and stuff. So it was clearly a lie. But then I don't know. I don't know exactly what I expected, but it's an interesting. Oh, for God's sake. Lost Recordings mode is now available. Revisit Ivan's adventures and discover the new orbs scattered throughout to unlock exclusive behind-the-scenes content and hilarious outfits. Oh! Goodness me! That's an ocean man. Thank you very much, Sammy, what's their name, for the raid with a party 15. Hello to the raiders. Unfortunately, you've arrived right at the end of our stream, which is a real shame. But we've been playing some Little Orpheus today. So it is a rush of onion to the head, the DLC. I'm going to Google this before I start playing it, because I'm told that it's apparently difficult. But hello to raiders. Thank you very much. Tell me what's their name for the raid. 20 months subscribed as well just now. 10-month streak. That's wonderful. We've got a first-time chat as well from Clueless Squidge. He says, Chill Zone raid. Sammy, Misty, and the friends have come to share the happy vibes. Chill Zone raid. Well, thank you very much for the Chill Zone raid, gang. Oh, I'm so sorry, all the love TP. Don't be sorry, Sammy, what's their name? It's no problem at all. It's nice to at least have the raid towards the end. We might be playing this, but I don't think we are. A rush of onion to the head. Yeah, this is an additional episode. So, and as much as it looks really good, like artistically, it's got like airships and stuff in it. But apparently, it's kind of strangely difficult, and like there's just a huge difficulty spike in it based on what Ben said. Oh yeah, it even says bonus episode right there. I totally missed that. But given that it's 7 p.m. If we still had time, I would have at least given it a go, but it's technically end of stream time, and I'm told that it's very difficult, and that's kind of it. So, but hey, we've had a good time. So, that, everyone, was, I say everyone, apart from the Raiders, who unfortunately missed all of that, but there will be a VOD available if you want to see what Little Orpheus is like. Team TripleJump, hey, I hope you enjoy our stuff. We play all sorts on YouTube and Twitch. But there we go. That was Little Orpheus. That was a lovely little romp. Nicely presented, I think, more than anything else. I really enjoyed just sitting and watching and listening to that. You don't have to do a whole lot of engaging gameplay. Very forgiving cuts, checkpoints, and all that. So that's great. One thing you can do before you all go, this is very important. So before you all start heading off, something would be that would be really useful. Is if you head to our latest Quipscope. In fact, you don't even have to go to the Quipscope. I will get exactly what you need. We did an ad Quipscope. Hang on, what am I searching for here? We did a review video for Nier Automata, which is now available on Switch. But it was a brand deal, and it was an ad, and we have a little referral link that if you click through, it will help us. So there we go. If you could all literally just click that link right now, it's like really good for our sort of click-through stats, and it means that we can get more brand deals and stuff. And they won't always be, if you're not into the kind of brand deal where it's just us reviewing a game, or where we like stream a game that someone's like paid us to stream. That's not how it works necessarily all the time. Sometimes we get brand deals from companies. Shut up, Xbox Game Bar. Shut the hell up. Why are you telling me not to miss out on stuff now? I hate Xbox Game Bar so much, and it just always launches and we can't get it to be quiet. Anyway, it would be really useful if everyone and anyone listening could literally just click that link. Just click it. That's all you have to do. We'll get some click-throughs from that. It will look good on our stats, and it means we might be able to get more brand deals in the future, which not only supports the channel financially, but also, as I was about to say before I was rudely interrupted by Xbox Game Bar, sometimes it's stuff that we can use in like Prove It, or a rules boss or something like that. So it's all good stuff. It's all fun, and it really will help support the channel a great deal if you do a big old click on that. You better thank me in a video. Jelly-filled pandas, I'll thank you now live on the internet. Thank you everyone who's given that a click. I even gave them my real actual birth date, says the far wall. Thank you everyone who's clicked that. It is much appreciated, it genuinely is. It's super useful, super helpful to us. Really helps the channel out. So there we go. That's the end of my stream. That's the end of Little Orpheus. It's Spook Month now, everyone. I know it's early October, but the rest of my streams this week will be spooky to some extent or other. Next week, we'll be doing an art stream. where I'll probably finish that painting that I was doing on the previous art stream, because that still needs just finishing off a little bit. And then maybe, yeah, I was only kind of just, it was kind of off the top of my head, but I thought maybe we could do some Halloween masks. I said that earlier in today's stream. I don't know if that's necessarily what we're going to do, but we could do something like that. Do something artistic, something spooky. Maybe we'll just make spooky pictures. I don't know. But we'll do something spooky on the art stream next week. And then for the rest of the month, I've got some spooky games to play and a spooky thing to watch. So it's all very exciting. Stick with us on the channel here on Twitch, and of course on YouTube as well. We'll have other October spooky stuff going out on YouTube. So yeah, lots of special episodes of shows. Perhaps something food related is returning. Main menu on its way. Yes, indeed. And Approve It as well. It wasn't a spooky one, but it's Approve It. It's coming, where we go and do a live action challenge somewhere out in the wild, not in the office. We went off on location and did a Prove It challenge. It was very exciting. We really enjoyed it. It's all super duper, and yeah, there's all sorts of stuff coming this month and towards the end of the year. So keep your eyes peeled on YouTube. Lovely. Well, that is about it from me. Let me just navigate. Just doing some navigation here. Cultaholic are live at the moment. Don't know what they're playing. Oh, it's Jack and Owen on a Wednesday, isn't it? I keep forgetting it's Wednesday. It's not my normal stream day, but let's do a /raid to Cultaholic. So they're playing some football. So you can head over there and raid the boys and just say hello from me. Wonderful. Well, thank you everyone. It's been lovely playing through that with you all, and it's been nice to see you all in the chat and so on and so forth. And thanks to everyone who contributed to the hype train as well today, because there was a lot of efforts made to get us to level 3, and it was much appreciated. Cool. Right. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. It's not Monday, and go and say hello to the Cultaholic boys from me. Lovely. All right then. Bye bye.